Hi, this is Sara Guldi, and welcome to another edition of Workman Wisdom. Today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite tools. They're called SMART goals. A lot of you know a lot about goal setting, but this is a really cool way to set your goals. You might ask, what are SMART goals? A SMART goal is a method of setting goals that are specific and simple, measurable and meaningful, achievable, sometimes in all areas of your life. In fact, I recommend that. As if now, realistic, responsible, timed, and towards what you want. If you want SMART goals that are even smarter, you need to work out what you want by using a well-informed outcome process. The first step is to pick an area of your life in which you want to set a SMART goal. Some common areas are family, spirituality, personal development and growth, relationship, career, health and fitness. Remember, keep it simple, specific, and realistic. As you set your goals, ask yourself these questions. Is the goal stated in the positive? You must know clearly what your desired outcome is, because you need to maintain focus on that direction to get there. Don't choose a vague goal like I want to be healthier or I want to make more money. Guess what? If you go for a walk, you're already healthier than you were if you sat on the couch and binge watched Netflix. If you find $10 in the mall parking lot, you're wealthier. But that's really not going to make you satisfied and really not going to make you feel like you reached your goal. Instead, you need to be more specific, and this is a great example of as if now as well. When you write your goal, you say, it is December 31st, 2017. My net income is $355,000. It's a specific number. You're looking at it in a positive way. You've set a timeline, and it's positive. It's a measurable goal, and it's achievable. The problem with putting goals in the negative form is they can be disempowering. Don't get me wrong. Finding the pain is often something we as coaches have to do. And it will usually get you started towards something. You step on the scale and you're like, holy cow, what is that number? It hurts. But then you need to figure out what your why is. And so you move away from the pain and you move towards your why. Oftentimes when people only ever know what the pain is, this is the trajectory of them achieving something. And so you see, you make progress and then it gets better. You maybe lose 20 pounds and your pants get a little looser and you're like, good, I'm good. Oh yeah, I can eat cookies and nachos, and you just forget what you were doing and why you were doing it. So you fall away from it. But if you're going towards something, you can keep going and you keep going and eventually you reach that goal. If you want to achieve your outcome, it has to come from you. This means, is the goal something you want to achieve? A great example of this is the kid who tries out for the football team because he thinks his parents want him to. Really, he wants to play baseball. And guess what? He doesn't make the football team because it's not something for him. It's not something he desires. Another example is a daughter who goes to medical school, but really she wants to be a lawyer. And she fails medical school. Again, it's not something she wanted. Medical school is not easy. And so you kind of have to want it if you're going to be there. Another great question is, does the outcome rely solely on me? So say your goal is to make $1 million. Can you do this by yourself, or are you doing it with a partner? If you're doing it with a partner, you go back to the first question, is the goal within my control? Can I do this? Also, does the goal have benchmarks? That which gets measured gets done. So what are your metrics for seeing if you've made this goal or not? Are you looking at number of houses sold? I'll go back to a real estate analogy. Are you looking at number of buyer appointments that you're having? Number of listing presentations every week? How are you going to measure whether or not you're on track to get to your goal? How do you know if you're getting to the desired outcome? Is the context of the goal clearly defined is another great question to ask yourself. Identify where, when, why, how, and with whom you want to achieve your goal. This question will help you fine-tune what you want by eliminating what you don't want. Sometimes we get so bogged down in what we don't want, we have a hard time articulating what it is we actually do want. By defining when we want something, you may in the process identify the steps to need to be taken to get you to where you're going. Does the goal identify the necessary resources? Resources are the people, knowledge, tools that you need to help you accomplish a particular task. Do you need more buyer's agents? Do you need a transaction coordinator? The following questions will help you identify what you need to achieve your outcome. A good resource may even be past experiences that help you identify the resources you need. What resources do I have now? What resources do I need to acquire? And this is one of my favorite questions. Is the goal ecological? And by ecological, I'm not just talking about the environment. I mean, does the outcome fit with all aspects of your life? If the outcome conflicts with another outcome in your life, you will find it hard to achieve. It has to fit with your ethics and your values. Does the goal identify the first step you need to take? In addition to your self-identified steps, keep in mind that as well as it will help you along your path. The most important step is take action. Nothing's going to happen without this one. Once you take the first step, the others will follow. Remember to track and measure your progress and also maintain behavioral flexibility. And what I mean by that is understand stuff's not always going to go the way you wanted it to. And that's okay. Sometimes we see companies who don't have flexibility and their market goes away. And guess what? The company goes away. And so recognize that you might have to shift and adjust to work with what happens in your market. If you're flexible, you're more likely to succeed. You control the conversation. SMART goals are an amazing tool to help you focus your mind and intentions on where you want to go and what you want to achieve. People that write goals have far more success at achieving them than people who don't. Goal setting takes daydreaming and turns it into an actionable item. If you don't have written goals right now, I encourage you to take time and write down your goals and do them in all areas of your life. Thank you so much for listening to this week's of Workman Wisdom. Have a great day.